Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, Wiz. Today, we'll be doing a box opening and review of this E.T. and Elliot with the bicycle. This is by NECA Toys. This is part of the 40th anniversary of E.T. They re-released, I don't know if this was a re-release, actually. I got a ton of E.T. figures. In fact, I bought all the re-released ones. So I've got a ton of them. I bought the re-releases actually thinking they were going to be different, man. And I never opened the box because they were the same. So this got lumped up with the other boxes of ET figures that I bought that I have no intentions of opening as of now. I might change my mind. And it got lumped in there before I realized that I don't think I ever had this one. I don't know if this one is a re-release. If it is, I never bought the original. So with that being said, I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and do a box opening. Look, it's mad dusty. This thing is it's mad dusty, yo. This thing has been sitting on the floor for quite some time. It's been over a year that this has been sitting in here. And in fact, if you've been watching the show lately, I think there's quite a few figures, man. I probably got about 20 figures that's been sitting on the floor somewhere, either because I didn't think it would be the greatest thing to open or had no intentions of opening or slow to opening because I didn't have room. Whatever the reason, they have been sitting on the floor and have been opening up new toys as they came in, and these bad boys kind of got forgotten. And anyways, I thought it would be a good idea to open this, even though I will say this does not seem like a very popular figure. I can go out again. This has been sitting on the floor for over a year, and I can go to Target right now and pick this up off the shelf. It's usually in the the retail section, the on sale section where they keep some of these old toys. But dude, there's tons and tons of these at every Target that I've been to. So I'm guessing that it didn't sell well, which is kind of hard to believe, man, because it feels like E.T. It feels like this kind of thing would sell out. But again, if it's a re-release, if it's someone that already got their hands on the original, maybe that's what it is. And of course, it's probably not making any new fans. The fans of this is probably within my age group, maybe a little bit older. And so it just might be just that thing. You know what I mean? There's only so much of us old heads around. We probably buying them and nobody else is. It's all possible, which is absolutely crazy, man. Because I took my grandmother. My grandmother took me 6 times when I was 4 and 5. And recently, I took my grandmother to go see it in IMAX, and I took my niece. One of my nieces was with me, and my daughter, and of course my son. My niece was the youngest of us, so I think she was 5, maybe 5 or 6 at the time. And this was last year, and she absolutely loved it like it was a new movie. So E.T. definitely still holds that magic. But anyways, man, let's not waste any more time on the intro. We'll dive right into the box. It's reminiscent of the movie. I don't know if that's a shot from the actual movie or if that's the toy. It looks like it's from the movie. So if that's the toy, very, very impressive. Again, got the 40th anniversary. It says it features motorized pullback and go action bicycle. So it looked like the bike got that old school thing where you pull it back and it goes. We do got a picture of the figure on the side. Cool. And on the back, we got a couple of close-ups, got a far away. Oh, and it letting us know that it actually comes with the background with the moon. So this I think that's from the movie because the moon is a lot smaller on this, but it does come with a background, which is unique. These figures, the NECA figures, usually don't come with that kind of thing. And of course, you got E.T. with the sheet over his head wrapped up in the blanket. Dude, super dope. Same thing, got another close-up. Again, don't know if that's the figure. It's looking more and more like the figure. We do got the window that opens up, but we'll go over the details here in a minute, but that is cool. We do got a picture. So they're showing off the figure, man. They're confident, which NECA usually is. I absolutely love NECA. In this scale, is my favorite figures to collect, dude. They're always very detailed. They look like what they're supposed to look like for the most part. And hopefully we get the same quality with this one. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the box opening and see what we got. Okay. Cool. Keeping it pretty simple. Got the background. Super dope, man. Got a little triangular shape thing. So it stands up. It will stand up sturdy. Don't know what those are. I'm guessing those are some kind of pegs where you can put the bike right in there. So that's pretty cool. Might be cool. We're going to get into that. Accessory wise, I believe those are the pegs. So those pegs probably go into the background. They're clear so you can't see it as well. And that's the little rolling device. There it is. So the bike doesn't push back and roll. You attach this to the bike and this will push back and roll the whole bike. So Actually glad to see that, because that would probably make the bicycle itself more complicated. More complicated than it needs to be. What else we got in here? Oh, and then we got some just bike stands in here. So not big on the accessories. All the accessories look like it's all functionality stuff. So these to hold the bike in place sitting on a table or something. These to hold it onto the background. Not sure what those are. Might be around the same thing. And then you got the actual device to make the bike mobile. Knocking stuff all over the place because that's what we do. Okay, my bike did break off. It snapped. It do feel like it might have been half of my fault because I was trying to cut this bad boy out, but at the same time, it didn't take a lot. And that's broken, y'all. So my ET and Elliot is broken. I'm probably gonna glue it, and I'm gonna have to take off for the review because I did kind of pull on it, but not that much, man. I didn't pull on it enough to justify this thing breaking, in my opinion. We'll look back at the tape. But the good news is this isn't something that I'm gonna be playing with. So if I can glue it just right and get it in the right position, I might just leave it there, especially if I plan on displaying it on this board. All right, so yes, I am. I'm not gonna pretend like I like this. This is not cool, this sucks. But not the worst thing in the world how I'm going to be displaying it. So I'll take a point. We'll rate it based off of that, but we'll go over the other details just before we do that, because there's not a whole lot going on in here. Now, I did drop a couple of my pieces on the floor, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to track that down, opening things like an animal. But anyways, we'll go over ET first. Again, ET wrapped up in the little wrap. It does look very accurate to the movie because, of course, this is one of those movie magic things, man, where we as kids just went along with it. Well, adults too, because I watched this movie 1,000 times as an adult. Kind of thought about the fact that the bottom half of ET is way bigger than that basket. But yeah, all right, I'll go along with it, man. That's the magic of movies, and ET is definitely one of those. So in other words, that's short. That's a short little ET, man. We're missing whole legs and body parts. All of that is not wrapped in that outfit. Not all of him would fit in that basket as easy as he did in the movie, but this is accurate to the movie. Super dope. The basket is very, very realistic. If you got these, if you collect records, these kind of crates, very, very accurate, very realistic. We got I believe it was BMX. We'll have to look, but I believe they were BMX bikes in that. Got them old school spokes. Very, very classic. Of course, I'm sitting here doing this review pretending like it's detached, but hey, made the review easy. We reviewed it in pieces. Elliot doesn't look too bad, man. Probably could look a bit better. I think another company, this is NECA. I think NECA does good jobs with their head sculpts. We can see who he is. It's not bad at all. It ain't bad at all. I feel like it could have been done a little bit better. I'm looking at it up close. But the eyes are colored, man. I can see teeth in the mouth. Got a cool expression on him, and there's no mistaking who he is, especially with the outfit that he's rocking. The outfit has texture. The jeans has jean-like texture. Look at the shoes, man. The shoes look weathered. You got the Nikes on. Dude, they've done a good job. It looks good, man. And the bicycle itself, again, is perfect. You got more of a metallic, not a metallic, but kind of like shiny paint there. I can even see the brake line on the thing. I don't know if you can see it going all the way to where the brakes are on the back. Not a bad job, yo. This looks awesome. I'm just sad that it broke. We'll super glue it before I even do the final review, man. See if we in a good place. If not, as I said, dropping stuff still. As I said, this stuff hasn't been flying off the shelf. So I have a feeling if I want to buy another one, which is, I'm not going to lie to you, is a possibility, I'll probably be able to find this today. I don't know if I want to spend another $40 because I think this was in the $40 range. This was almost like a set. So it was a little bit more than a regular NECA figure. And really with this quality and the size of this, it really shouldn't have been, to be honest with you. Might have been why it was on the shelf, man. Maybe someone already knew what to expect. But I don't know. Detail-wise, I like it, man. So, but anyways, we'll take it upstairs for the final thoughts. Okay, man. We back up in here. E.T. Elliot, yo, I think it's super dope, man. As far as the final thoughts, we had a little bit of issues. You saw in the downstairs studio, a piece broke off. I was able to super glue it back on. It was a little bit to super glue because these pieces are very, very small, man. The details are very, very tiny, man. So for me, it was difficult to even hold it in place because it was hard to even keep it in that groove as I was gluing it. So I couldn't hold it in place. My hands were too shaky, man. Getting old or something. My hands were too shaky to keep it in place. So I had to prop it up in a way to glue it. So it took a little bit to glue it and actually didn't think I was going to be able to accomplish it. I will say, man, the details, everything that I saw when I was opening it, even though it had broke and probably against my better judgment, I had already started looking for another one. Like I was impressed with the detail enough to buy another one, even though it had broke. And I really feel like it was a manufacturer's job, man. We'll go back and you'll see the video yourself, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't user fault that thing snapped the way that it snapped. Shouldn't have snapped that easy. With that being said, man, I got it back together. The display was another thing too, man, figuring out how to display, how to connect it, where I think I end up having to look at the box. I think I looked at some of the artwork because in my mind, the ET should have been right in the middle of the moon. That's how my mind was seeing it. Like he looked like he's above the moon. My brain was completely rejecting that, but I did look at pictures and everybody had theirs displayed that way as well. So thank you for the social media community, the collectors community, man, for helping me out with that. But man, overall, I think it's very impressive. In fact, when I was bringing it upstairs, man, my wifey took a look at it and she thought it was awesome. It was like, yo, what is that? It looked like some kind of movie poster card or something. And so it made me feel even better just about the display, dude. In other words, I think it's very dope, man. Again, I talked about the details, looking at it even now, dude. This is a dope figure, man. Elliot looks like Elliot. E.T. looks like E.T. You got all the details in the bike, and it doesn't quite look like a toy, man. Like my wife said, it almost looks like some kind of, I don't know, updated card or something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of, it's a display piece, man. So definitely, man, I had briefly thought about displaying it on the stands without this background because it would be easier. You know, this is going to obviously take up a little bit more room, man. But after I put it on here to take a look at it, it's like, he's not coming off, man. When I take the pictures, the videos at the end is going to be on this, man. It's not coming off of this, dude. I absolutely love it. So with all that being said, dude, I am going to give it a 4 out of 5. I am going to knock off that point because it broke, man. I think maybe you can do a little bit better. But again, I'm sticking with it though, man. I got to stick, man. I'm very indecisive sometimes. So I'm sticking with the 4 out of 5, even though I don't completely blame the manufacturer. I think there's a part of me that probably should have known that these details were fine, or maybe they should put a warning or something on there, just be like, hey, carefully take this thing out, and which makes this thing different than a regular toy, because they sell it as a toy. It comes off like a toy, but some of these collectible pieces have to be handled a little bit more gentle than you would an actual toy. So anyways, man, 4, still pretty high score, man. That's saying I love everything else about this, man. If it wasn't for the fact that it broke, I would have definitely gave it a 5, a solid 5. But anyway, man, that's my thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, please take the time to hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Also, hit that notify button, man. That way you get notified every time I drop a new video. Hey, I absolutely love you guys to death, man. I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.